Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I am the Evesham gamer, Teg. Um, oh man, I'm absolutely surrounded with stuff in here now. It's such a mess. So if you were wondering, kind of like, because I've said a little while back that I'm going to do like my top 20 shmups video. I haven't even started that yet. Because quite frankly, right, at the time, I don't even know where to begin with it. It's all that video editing and stuff. I could just do a quick, like, squashy, mm, uh, like join up with some gameplay footage, but maybe I shouldn't post things like that, you know? If I'm going to do it, which I will at some point. Just maybe you should just do it first and then post about it. Right, so as I say, welcome back. As you know, I don't really do. Mm, these are good. I don't really do pickup videos. Uh, I used to, but everyone does them. They're a dime a dozen. So I don't feel that I need to do those, you know? Let me put these down a little bit moreish. So this is going to be a pickup video. There's a lot of stuff to go through. Okay, so I'm going to start from the right hand side. Those of you that are waiting for the Mega CD Appreciation Society video, the next episode to come out, and what we do on there is we talk about what we picked up for the Mega CD. A little clue is sitting right in front of you here now. Well, one thing anyway, not for the Mega CD, that isn't, but we'll get to that in a second. But I'm just going to buck the trend here and just going to add what I've got for the Mega CD and then move around everything else. Shout outs to everyone that I saw recently, people that I've bought stuff off, etc., etc. So I'm going to start off with basically with the Mega CD stuff that I've got. So it's a bit of a spoiler. So not it's a spoiler if you don't watch my channel and you watch the Mega CD Appreciation Society on John Bunday's channel, then it ain't gonna matter because you won't know. So this is probably more for people that subscribe to my channel or just casually come past. So we got well actually two of these. I'll just tell you that they came from the Black Country gaming market, and I'll get to that in a minute. So one of them was Jaguar XJ220. I think this was from Hidden Chest Gaming. It was reasonably priced. It's a bit sun-faded a little bit, but you know, it was a good price. This wasn't from there. The FIFA International Soccer Championship Edition. Neither was this. Echo the Dolphin. I'd like Echo 2 The Tides of Time on the Mega CD, but it's too expensive. Yeah, I think there comes a point with any games that if you're going to start spending anything, for me personally, anything over 150 quid, you got to have a serious bank balance for that. I don't think you should be using it as an investment unless, of course, you're a reseller. This one as well came from Hidden Chest Gaming at the Black Country Gaming Fair. I might have just said market, but it's the same thing. And this was reasonably priced. I'd never played it before, so I thought, well, you know, why not? And then the final Mega CD game that I picked up was Mickey Mania because it's the best version of it. You know, all in varying states of condition there. Some really good, some acceptable. I wouldn't say anything's really bad. And then obviously, this you can see it sitting in front of you. I picked up the original Mean Machine Sega Mega CD promotional VHS. Now, it's a bit ripped there, as you can see. I offered £8 for it. I weren't willing to spend more than £8 on a fucking cassette that you can watch on YouTube nowadays. But it got accepted, and there you go. And I had it when it first came out. I got it with the magazine. So what's that? Does it even tell you on here what year that is? I would assume it's 1994, 95, something like that. Yeah. Kind of trying to stay with the Black Country gaming market. Absolutely great day out that was. That's the only fair market that I've been to this year. Because I kind of got really fed up with the you know, the video game market, you know, as in all of them. I've been to a few of them, predominantly Donny, but there's not really anything I'm after, you know. There's a lot of people to see. There's a lot of other big YouTubers and other people like that go there, and sometimes people buying for your time. If you know me, you know that I very much keep myself to myself pretty much when I go to any fairs. I like to go in quietly and leave quietly without, it's not like, hey, look at me, look, I'm on YouTube or things like that. I just don't, fuck off, man. Just not, it's not for me. I'm not like that. If I was, I'd be acting like that on YouTube, and it's just not me. So, but the Black Country Gaming Fair was really good. I only saw Jim Corbana, and I said hello to him quickly. We didn't really have much to talk about. I don't really know the guy that well. I only met him once before, which was at the Doncaster Gaming Market a couple of years back, I think. And I saw one particular YouTuber who's a grifter, in my opinion. I ain't going to say his name, and it ain't the next person I'm about to mention, but I don't like the guy. Not after the way he disrespected me about 3 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm open. I might be a miserable fucker, but I'm not. I don't tolerate people that are rude, then disrespectful, and he knew he was. So, when I see him, I just very much make my way around and avoid him, just because I don't even want to have eye contact with the guy. If I spot him, it's like, you don't exist, mate, because that may make me disrespectful if he ever come up to me, but I really couldn't give a fuck. I don't like his content. He started off well, but he's just a grifter, and I don't like grifters. It's just how it is. Sorry, but moving on. So the other tuber, and also was stalling out there, was Stu, Tooty UK. I actually felt sorry for you, Stu, because I was like, I can't fucking come in this small event, which is very nice. I felt it was very personable and very personal, as opposed to the big gaming fairs. But I couldn't leave without buying something from your stall, mate. And this is what I'm telling you, all of you watching this. I couldn't leave without buying something, even if there was nothing I wanted from Stu's stall. He did try and sell me some Xbox One stuff, which I've already got. But I'm more surprised that he didn't just pick them up and fucking shit. But obviously, on a more serious note, from a sales perspective, if you got some of this stuff, it's worth a couple of quid, and I mean like a couple of quid, you might as well just try and upload it. And we're all versed in how much Stu absolutely fucking hates Xbox. We know this, so I ain't going to bring any up anymore. So I bought something from him, and that was Super Swiv. He done me a really good deal on this. So box manual, obviously it's not. It ain't. I wasn't expecting it to be perfect, but I've already got the cartridge anyway. So I saw that and said, "Oh, has it got the manual?" And he opened it up and he went, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "What's the best you can do?" That without hesitation. He gave me a really good deal on it, and I have to say it was a very good deal. So I did thank him. So thanks again publicly, Stu, for that, because I'm going to get rid of the cartridge now. But I wasn't looking for anything. There wasn't anything on Stu's stall that I wanted. It's something that stuck out. I was like, yeah, this is a game I used to play a lot many years ago, back in the sort of the mid-90s. So yes, thank you very much for the deal for that, Stu. Really appreciate it. The only other couple of things I think I bought, I didn't buy much. Oh, actually, there is something down here. I must say, it's not a game. As I say, I'm surrounded by shit. We're going to be here for a while, all right? So the two other games I bought were California games for the Master System. I only bought this, well, one, I didn't have it. Two, it was a good price. Three, it takes me to exactly 100 physical Sega Master System games. I'm done. I'm absolutely, that was my goal, and it didn't matter how I got there. 100 games. That's my completion. I'm completed now for Sega Master System. There isn't anything else I'm going to get. He says. No, I didn't know it was out, but there is. I didn't know I didn't know that it was on the Master System, but California games too. So that has now really got me thinking, like, well, I actually want to get that now. So maybe, but then if I do that, I break the 100 seal, and then I'll have to keep going. So as far as I and you are concerned, that's it. We're done with the Master System. California games. And this was one I've been after for a while. You don't see it very often, especially with all the cards and stuff. And that's Summer Challenge. It's another Accolade game on the Mega Drive. You may have watched one of my previous videos about Accolade games. This is obviously one I didn't have, and this one actually, as I say, it's got all. I have to take the picking all this stuff out, but inside there's all these different little cards. You don't see these very often. So it's got basically it's a card for each Accolade game. I didn't see that fucking racing game that I did a video about that I can't remember the name of in those cards. I don't think it was with them, but a good price, less than a tenner. So, I think it was £6. So the cardboard ones aren't very, they're not very common. They CEX don't sell them, so you see one, you're best to pick it up. I've heard this one's actually quite a good summer challenge. Yeah, it was still moving around here. Little story. Went to CEX and I'm not going to get it out because it's at the back there. But I went to CEX in Cheltenham a while back now, and I wanted this. Okay, so this is Collectibles now with bears. So this is the one that's got the bears DLC on it. Okay, it's just funny because I went there actually to get a wired rock band guitar for the Xbox 360 because I've been getting back into that again, and that's something else we'll get into in a bit. But so I wanted this as well. And now I told the guy at the counter, I was just like, look, this is Collectibles with bears. I said, you need to make sure that the disc you give me, I think you know what's coming, has got now with bears on it and it shows the panda. Well, he did. He showed me the disc. I can't work out quite how this happened. He showed me the disc. And it was only when I got home, I went to just to test the disc out. I was like, what the fuck? He's given me the fucking original Collectibles. So I was stuck with fucking, which to be fair, not this particular case, but I was stuck with, a pristine case and pristine manual and a fucking disc of the original Collectibles. So I was like, well, I'm not driving back to Cheltenham for the sake of £2. I'll just sit on it. So, and there is a happy ending with the story with this, and we'll get to that when I get to the pile of where the next one is. So, right, charity shop. Fine. I don't know how good this is. Never seen it before. It was 50p. So that's the Flintstones. Flintstones Bedrock Racing on the PlayStation 2. It's got a manual in it, just for those people that like to see it when people go, it's all complete. It's all complete. Is it fucking... it just grates me when people do. I don't know why. I mean, does it really matter? Like, maybe it does. I don't know. I'm just a funny fucker. Yeah, UFC Undisputed 3, which is actually pretty good on the 360. And you just saw that was nice and complete. I bet this was quite a popular UFC game. I think it's about £10. This was from CEX. Can't remember which one. I think it was Evesham actually. And then I wanted to get this because I have it digitally, but I just wanted to get it physically. And that's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the Xbox 360. Only available in classics, so you can't get. It's not like a standard version of this. It is just classics, the bestseller. Right, so right, now we'll go to some Dreamcast stuff. There is more than this Dreamcast. I just can't remember what the fuck I got and what I didn't. I just know that these four I have bought since the last time I did any kind of video about pickups or my XXX collection of whatever, So there's Toy Racer. CEX don't stock that. They only do Toy Commander, I think. So that's actually, it's uncommon. Murder, Death, Kill 2. This is fucking hilarious, I have to say. Murder, Death, Kill 2 is fucking hilarious. I really don't know why this isn't something that's worth more, because it's very unique. Like the fucking scientist that fucking fires, you got like a toaster gun, you fire toast at people, and it's just, as the French say, très bizarre. Wacky Races, I got this one. Sorry, those two were MDK. Oh, those were both eBay. Wacky Races, I took a little a little detour from work about a month ago. This was from Ben at Retro Sect, because I just popped in to say hello and talk to him about that Omnibot. But again, you see, you can't go to a place like that and not buy anything. So I kind of bought this, and so and yeah, the rubber banding in this is absolutely fucking terrible. It's all of the characters, in like one or two, like in Mario Kart. Now all the characters basically stick to you like glue, but it's still fun nevertheless. Never heard about this. Not a gambling man. Haven't tried it, but this was available in Evesham CEX. Not many copies around. Caesar's Palace 2000. Nice condition as well. Uh, uh, yeah, it's 3D gambling games. That's it. You know, it's fucking. I don't even know to fucking do. I mean, I play a fruity. That's about it. Um, oh, time for another squashy. Right. Now you can obviously see that it's been sitting here for fucking ages. I should get it out of the way because it's still sitting here. Right. So this past weekend, I'm hoping it all falls into place. And it's all over the place. I'm sorry. Where I got this stuff is like this past weekend, going back about 2 months. So it's going to be going a little bit backwards and forwards. So it is a Japanese Sega Saturn. I've been testing this one because let me get the boxes. Let me just tell you the story. Tell you the story behind this Saturn. Right. So my mate Smallz, he's you could say he's a reseller really. So out to you, Smallz. Thank you very much for the heads up. So about a month or so ago, he won an auction with loads of stuff. So there was 2 Sega Saturns, the grey one and the white one. I think is that Mark 1 and Mark 2. And then there was a Dreamcast, Japanese Dreamcasts, I think, Japanese Dreamcast games. So I think he said he had some Master Systems. There was Mega Drives, fucking loads of stuff. And he won it, I think, for a good price or whatever. So anyway, yeah. So I said to him, "Well, look, I've got to have the Saturn." So the Saturn is obviously it's got the instructions there. And it's a nice condition box as well. Very nice condition box. It smells so retro. Yeah. Just oh man, fucking hell. And then it also I get this box shut here. Fucking hell. I just opened it yesterday. It's brand new as far as I'm aware. So it's a Saturn, Japanese Saturn memory card. And the Saturn arcade stick. So, you know, I ain't going to go into prices. I think I paid a good price for it, based upon what I know how much they go for. Not only that, he chucked in a step down converter as well, because I told him once he told me that he got these Saturns, like I was like, look, whatever you do, don't fucking plug them into the mains, all right? Because you'll fucking you'll blow them. You'll blow the PSUs. So I think he said that there was when I saw him yesterday, because this was literally yesterday. So today, as of recording this on the 4th of November, 2025. Yesterday on the 3rd, when I was effectively on my way back from my time away down in Godalming in Surrey. Where was I? Oh yes, so yeah, he said that he went on an auction, another auction, not after winning these, and I got a step down converter. So he had that up for sale, but I took it off his hands again at a good price. Now, as today, I actually got round to last night I got round to testing and it didn't work, or at least there was a very faint light coming in and out here, the green light. Excuse me, using the step down converter. Now, as I understand it, a step down converter. Basically, Japanese Saturn runs it's 100. Fuck off, 100 fucking volts. What does it say? It says it on the back here. Oh, yeah, 100 volts. AC 100 volts. Whereas obviously the power of the UK 240 volts. So the step down converter goes from 240 volts down to 110 volts. Now I absolutely know that the Sega Saturn, the Japanese Sega Saturn, can take 110 volts. That's fine. The PSU in it can handle that. But what I didn't understand was why it wasn't working. It was just getting this. I was thinking, this fucking hell, oh man, I don't know what this is. So I kind of slept on it overnight. I messaged James at Game Zone Bourbon because he's a Saturn man. He's got a Japanese Saturn. He's done a few things before. So I asked him to send me a recommendation for a replacement PSU, basically, because I surmised I got to that point. I was like, yeah, it's got to be the PSU. So in order to test that, I took out my Mark 1 SEGA, my Mark 1 power Saturn power supply and replaced the power supply in the Japanese Saturn. Okay, it's identical to this one. Plugged it straight in, works fucking like a dream. So the problem is with that. Now it's either going to be, which I think it is, because it's pretty fucking obvious if you look. All right, can you see the problem there? Because I fucking can. It's that cap. That cap needs to be replaced. I mean, it's white. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. But either way, I think a cap needs to be replaced. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, or what I've already done is I took James' Game Zone Bourbon's advice and ordered one of these Bitfunks power supplies from AliExpress. I think it's like 8 or 9 quid, but with a 12-volt power supply, it's like 18 quid or something. So that's going to go into my power Saturn, which is now down here, obviously in pieces, because I'm going to have to put that in. And the Jap Saturn's absolutely perfect. So, but you know, keep carrying on with this, with that Saturn and that deal that I got from my friend. So yes, so obviously there's this. It was only, and I didn't know this until I got there to see him yesterday. When it was in the auction, it was in the box. He didn't check it apparently. It wasn't until later, and he contacted the auction house about it and said someone's fucking swapped it out. So what we actually ended up with was the black Sega Saturn arcade stick. It's not in great condition. It's got plenty of scratches and scuffs on it, and I haven't even tested it yet. But Paul was like, Smallz, he was just like, I'm really sorry, you know. And I said, look, I'm still going to take it off your hands. I was after a black one anyway, but it would have been nice to have the grey one with the blue and purple buttons to go along with this Saturn and the memory card. But as I say, he did me a fantastic deal, and on top of that, he gave me it was just because he had a selection of Dreamcast PAL Dreamcast demo discs. So I just picked one out, and the reason I picked that out is pretty obvious. It's right there at the bottom. 3 complete games, Sega Swell, because it's a little puzzle game, a bit like Columns or what's one of the really popular puzzle games nowadays. That one, Bejeweled or things, something, yeah, like Bejeweled, for example. So yeah, so I was really pleased to have that, because he probably, I don't know, maybe he would have let me have all of them for free, but I just didn't need them, and maybe I'll regret that. I don't know. So yes, big thank you to my reseller friend and a guy I've known for fucking many years. We're still on Xbox together. Smallz, you're the fucking man, dude. And he said, if there's anything you want, just let me know. Like if I'm looking for something, keep an eye out. And he told me a few little tricks about how he does things. Damn, these fucking sweets are good. Like, another packet in a minute. Yeah, so that was the deal from Smallz. This isn't, I was using this to test out the Saturn itself. Right, so next thing, I'll show you anyway, actually, because I'm going to be putting this now on eBay. There's the step down converter, okay, that he sold to me, which in itself is effectively brand new. So next thing, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 on the GameCube. The only reason I bought this was because I've already got it, but it's because it had a manual. That was the only reason. I think I paid, was it 2 quid for that? That's 6 quid paid for that. So I'm just gonna, I think I switched the manual around and everything. So yeah, that's the complete one now. So I'm the other one. I'm just gonna put in my box of for sale when I finally get around to fucking selling the stuff. Yeah. Where am I going to keep putting this now? Hmm, okay. Right. Bit of a weird one, but Connect Sports Rivals on the Xbox One. Obviously, if you ain't got a Connect, you can't fucking use it. But the reason why I got this was a quid. All right. I think this was from a charity shop down in Godalming. Yeah, it's a charity shop in Godalming over the weekend. I was, ch- I saw it. I still had the 12 exclusive bonus items card in there. So I tested. I didn't redeem it, but I did test the code and it works fine. Um, I heard that actually Connect Sports Roles is actually why. What's the word for it? If you're about to, I heard what you just fucking said. You just said shite or shit. Yeah, well, it probably is, but I've heard, but on a more serious note, I've heard that this particular game is actually very responsive with the Xbox One Connect. So I didn't have it, so it was a case of, well, why not? Uh, what's his name? I always get it wrong. It's either like import retro gamer or retro import gamer. James. This is his fault, and I fucking don't know why I bought it, right? And that is Tiger Heli on this Tiger Heli. I bought this fucking not long after it, or just before it came out, so it was on a pre-order. Um, I don't have any means to fucking play it, so I'm just gonna sit on this in the hope that one day it's worth more than what I paid for it, which I think was about 20 quid, or was it 15? I think I paid 15 for it, which is a little while ago now, like maybe a couple of months. But yeah, thanks, James. That was your fault. Okay. Um, I'm speaking of James. I heard that he was at the recent Black Country Gaming Fair, but I'd missed him by about 10, 15 minutes because that's just because Tootie told me. And apparently as well, what's his name? Russ, Retro Bear, who I've only ever met once. Um, which was at the Birmingham Gaming Market many years ago. Oh, I say many, but quite a few, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I don't know, something like that. But obviously, I don't know if he turned up there. But anyway, yeah. So thanks, James. Thanks very much for me basically buying a fucking doorstop or whatever fucking bookend. I'm not going to be able to use that. But like, I don't want to sell it. So it's like, oh, you fucking melt. Not you, me. Uh, Transformers, the Rebirth parts one, two, and three. This was a fucking funny one. Fucking good old Every taking fucking forever to deliver this. I had this as a kid, so I just wanted it again. Um, couple of there's a couple of Xbox One series games. So I had something called Bravo points from my place of work to use. So I wanted to get the Steelbook for Halo Infinite. Halo, this is actually not cheap. This is not a cheap game, but I ended up getting this for about 2 quid, brand new. So and because I wanted to get back into Halo Infinite, and as I absolutely refuse to fucking use Xbox fucking Game Pass. I'm sorry, it started off good, but they fucked themselves. You know, I am an Xbox fan, but I'm not an Xbox fan boy because it's, people have to understand that a lot of us are effectively locked into an ecosystem. So, like people on Nintendo Switch, people on PlayStation 5, or they're in a couple of ecosystems. And and yes, if you've got the money to afford it, you'll have at least two. Be buying games digitally and physically on both systems. I'm talking brand new games here, not talking fucking or whatever. But you're heavily invested in one or more of those ecosystems. I am heavily invested in Xbox. I have them been from like the 360 days, so I carry on with that. I mean, I've got Steam and I do buy some games on Steam, but I don't really buy that often on it. It's very few and far between. If anything, it's mainly free games I get off Steam. So that's why I have Xbox. It's no other reason than that. I'm just locked into that and I don't see why I just have no interest in this starting another ecosystem. I just don't. I mean, yes, I've got a PlayStation account on my PS3, but I think the last PlayStation game that from the most recent system I bought, so the most recent game I bought for PS3 must be about 2 years ago. I have no interest really in it at all other than what I've already got. So anyway, that's why I have so much Xbox stuff. John Wick Hex, I actually got this a very good price on Amazon. It was down to £3 for a few days. It went up quite high in price because of it being delisted, but it's actually still a very, very good game. If you like John Wick, then you'll definitely like that. So there was those two. Some more GameCube stuff. This was caught over the weekend. This weekend just gone. So this was, I think one. Okay, this was from CEX in Aldershot. I had no idea it was based on a shitty film. It's an equally shitty game. It's a racing game. You see there. I tried it. It seems okay, but the fucking handling is awful, isn't it? And that's represented by the price of it. It was £4. But it was for those completionists out there in regards to manuals and stuff. Got the manual, nice condition disc. The same cannot be said about this one. Looney Tunes back in action. I'm not going to get it out. I mean, it's complete. But this just goes again where you should really check the discs. I mean, this was £12, so I didn't think that I'd need to really check. It's like, oh, it's only £12. But the disc in the center is fucking cracked and splitting. It doesn't affect the main part of the disc yet, but it's definitely something that needs to go back to the shop. I don't know how CEX can think that's okay. I'll show you. If it shows on the camera, but you might be able to see it. Maybe not. There's too much reflection on it. Let's try that. Yeah, you can see that a bit now. It's fucking awful. That's going to go out to the main center. I mean, it's, I don't know, a couple of years and then it's done. So I'm going to have to take that back. But how CEX can actually, staff can look at that and say that's okay to sell, you know, I don't know. But you could equally say it's my fault for not checking. But as I say, for £12, didn't think it's like, well, that means check that. If it ain't that, if it's a bit scratched, it's okay. Next one, which actually was from, again, this was from Cabelas. So that one was from Cabelas, Looney Tunes. So Need for Speed Underground 2. We've already got this on the PlayStation 2. I wanted to have this to complete my Need for Speed collection on the GameCube. So, and fortunately, this one's in much better condition. So, yeah, that was from there. What we got here? So Mind's Eye. There's been a lot of controversy over this recently. I got this from Smith's in Cheltenham, not long after it came out. And I've enjoyed the bits I've been playing, but it's fucking super hyped up. There was a big update that came out, about yesterday actually, on the 3rd of November. So hopefully that's patched up a few issues, but that doesn't take away from it. It's shit. I mean, it's shit, but it's okay. It's not that bad. It's just not a good game. That's it. You know, it's up to you if you want to buy it. This came through on the day of release. It's Recreation. I did look at getting Painkiller, the new it's not a remaster, but it's like a new version of Painkiller. Thank fuck I didn't, because it's looking like it's fucking not a very good game and online only, like most things are these days. But Recreation is effectively a spiritual successor to Burnout. 3 people in the team that made this were members of Criterion, I believe, whoever it was. So they obviously set this up. I've only managed to play a quick go on it because that was Thursday night. Because obviously, as I mentioned a little while ago, I've been down south for 3 or 4 days. So I haven't got a chance to really get stuck into this. I've done the first race and a little bit after that, and that's it. But from what I played, definitely seems pretty good. Reasonable price, brand new, $29.99. I think that's a reasonable price for a new game. So yeah, I'll be doing some more, playing that some more soon. Then the next one I got here, which is because it was cheap. I bet it's a shit game, but there's loads of complaints about it, glitches and stuff. It's Flashback 2. This is a limited edition with a steelbook, because you know we all like a steelbook from time to time. So yeah, I think there is more than that. It's down here. So like I say, there's a fucking lot to go through. Now, what was that guy's name? Josh. That's it. Big shout out to Josh from Facebook Marketplace. He was over in, I believe he's part of the Bidford Massive. That's right, the Bidford Massive. Right, that's just something that my mate Phatman fucking called the group of people over there, Bidford Massive. These came up. I'm gonna have to. Am I gonna show these first? Yeah, we'll do that because I've just got to move a few bits first. But so I did say to this guy, I'll give you a big shout out if you do me a discount on this, and he did. Okay, so I'm not going to get them out of the box, but they are in really good condition. Obviously used. Oh, let's just fucking get into it. Look, I'll get to that in a minute. So the first thing was Cabelas Dangerous Hunts 2011 with the Top Shot Elite. Now I've already got one of these, but not this particular one. I've got the Cabelas. It's fucking hell. I can't remember what it's called. It's a different one. It's the one of the more expensive ones with the gun. This doesn't have the game with it, which is fine because I thought I had it, but I don't. I've got Dangerous Hunts 2009, so I've got to get the game for this. But other than that, it's used, but it's in good condition. I think it's got all the paperwork and stuff in it. So I got that from Josh, and then I got this from Josh as well. And this is what I was after. So it's Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I had a little bit of, and again, it hasn't got the game with it, which is fine because I've got the game for this. But what I liked, what I could see, is that he's got all the stickers pretty much with it and everything else. The guitar, though, is exactly that guitar, but it's got the Aerosmith plate on it. And I didn't want to say, well, is that the Aerosmith guitar? But it's the same as Paul guitar. So I don't know. Maybe it came. I didn't know that this particular version came with an Aerosmith base plate or pick plate or whatever the fuck they called it. So either way, it's in really, really good condition. Works really, really well. Uh, Almost like it never been used. But so he gave me a good deal on both of these. Um, and as I said, I promised him I'd give him a big shout out on my channel. If he happens to fucking watch it, great. Leave a comment below, Josh, just to let me know that you got it. He also offered me some other stuff that I think he had some PlayStation 3 stuff. I just like, nah, I know. And he also had, I think it's Guitar Hero on the Nintendo DS, so it's got like a handheld thing with the buttons. I was just, like, I haven't got anything. I think I've got two DS games. Quite how I got all of those, I don't know, but I don't collect the DS. I didn't want to just take whatever. Yeah, I was just like, someone else has got to buy something. So yeah, so thanks again, Josh. Really appreciate it for that. I got this. It's a little bit tatty, but I had this as a kid. I say as a kid, what year was I? I can't remember, but it's the Street Fighter 2 Expert Player's Handbook. I actually learned how to play Street Fighter properly with this. So it was obvious I was going to get it. There was some other seller on eBay that was just being an absolute see you next Tuesday. So I was like, nah, you fucking, they were trying to ask for a stupid price for this. So I think I got this for like, I think it was like 12 quid or something like that. And I've been having a read through it, and it's not just for the Mega Drive, because it was a bit of a strange time when this particular one came out. I mean, there's no date on it, or maybe there is on the inside. Uh, oh yes, 1993. It was just strange at the time to see, okay, an unofficial guide, but with the names from the makers of Nintendo magazine system and Mean Machine Sega. Well, obviously they were sister magazines back in the day, so. But this covers both Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, and all the little tips and tricks you can use to beat people in Street Fighter 2. So yeah, I was really, really chuffed to get that. Um, I'm not going to just get all the fucking stuff out, but I did get myself one of the Lego Game Boys. Oh, you got to get. I don't care if you're not a Nintendo fan either. You got to get one. They're absolutely fantastic. Fucking wankers. Fucking noisy, disrespectful cunts. I'm sorry. Oh, a bit of a strong word. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. It just pissed me off. Right. So yeah. So yeah. I mean, there's the Mario Kart one there. Someone asked me, could you put an actual Game Boy cartridge in there and leave that? And I said, oh, I think so. But the funny thing was, my mate Phatman asked me when I saw him over the weekend. He was like, "Oh, Mush, did it work? Can you put Game Boy games in it?" Fuck off. It's a fucking Lego. Fucking, when's the last time you had a piece of Lego that actually fucking did what the original inspiration did? I don't think ever. Not from a video game perspective. Anyway, I finished that. I was very chuffed to have that. All right, we've got some. There's still a little bit more to go through here. So I will, when I mentioned about Guitar Hero a minute ago, I got this as well. It's the Xbox Riffmaster, which can be used on PC as well. That's actually out over there. I don't think I need to bring it and show it to you, but okay. The story is so Rock Band 4 got delisted a few weeks back on both PlayStation, I believe, and on Xbox. Um, so I was like, right, okay, so I want to get the Rock Band 4 guitar for Xbox One. And I saw that the only place that I knew that I had was going to be going to the only place that was closest to me, at least when I was going down south, was Guildford, and Guildford had the Rock Band 4 with the Rock Band guitar for £72. So I just kind of like waited and got to about 2-3 weeks before I went off down south, um, and I just went, fuck it, I'm going to buy a Riffmaster, which was about 80 quid, to be fair. Now, that's a lot of money for something that only works with a game that is now delisted. But that's what I wanted. It's my fucking money. And I'm glad I did. I'm not upset with my purchase, because it's a very, very good quality controller, I have to say. Feels very much like a Rock Band controller. So, well, obviously it would. So anyway, but when I kid you not, the very day that I went down to Godalming on, which was on the 31st of October, was at Halloween, it sold. It was gone from Guildford. So had I waited, I wouldn't have got it. I would have got that one rather if it was there. But it was just like, well, it was sitting there for fucking ages, and then it just suddenly goes. Like, oh bollocks! Well, at least I got the guitar, a guitar I can play Rock Band 4 on. I just didn't in the past get all my songs from previous games all updated so they could be played on the Xbox One. So that's the only downfall. I'm just stuck with basically all the free packs that I got before it got delisted, etc. So, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. So, right. Let's move on to the final furlong. I think that's the final furlong. We are looking that way now. Ah, yes. I told you it was going to be backwards and forwards. I thought this was fucking excellent. Can't remember the seller's name. Really nice guy. Excellent work. I got this from the Black Country Gaming Fair. I think that's fucking excellent, don't you? That was the best one I think was there. There was all of different ones, but I paid 20 quid for this. So I need, if, for example, Stu, if you're still watching, do you know the guy's name? And if you do you know his website? Because I'd like to get another one. I believe they're just signs. Someone I've seen was like, oh, I should peel off this sticker off the back. Now, you don't peel any stickers off the back unless someone tells you to do so. I'm sure the temptation would be there to do so, but I'm not going to do it. So yeah, 20 quid this was. So at the moment it sits up where my Indiana Jones is up there. Some people would actually call this a marquee, but I don't know. I guess it is sort of, but I just think it's really, really nice. You can mount that on your wall. Obviously, I can't put it anywhere else other than in this room because the missus won't like it. She don't fucking like gaming shit, I tell you. It has to be confined into his room or the loft. And that ain't because she wears the trousers in this relationship. That is not the fucking case. We share one leg each. So, all right. So Sonic figures, Jack's Pacific. I've picked up a few more that I've been after. This one's really cool. Okay, this is the effectively giant or deluxe mecha Sonic with Sonic in there, which I think is really cool. He's also got like this light in his eye, so there you go. Look, he lights up. But if you don't do it 3 times, move your middle spine down. Is it 3 times or twice? Oh, twice. It pulses. Now you won't be able to see this, but in the back, you might be able to see it. Just about see them little red lights. So his jetpack effectively glows as well. This was good. I got this for 15 quid brand new. And I do like my Jack's Pacific Sonic figures. They become a little bit like, you know, the what are they called? Those fucking fat head fucking figures. You know what I'm talking about. Funko Pops, that's it. It's got very much like that. I mean, I fucking hate Funko Pops. I fucking hate them. Honestly, you put them in front of me, I'll drop kick them fuckers straight out of my door. No way, man. Don't want them. But these, Really cool. So recently, I don't know when, but these have all come from Smiths, pretty much, I think. Yeah, these are all from Smiths. So I got the Amy, which I think is the classic, yeah, the classic Amy. Um, I got classic, I can't remember if I've got him or not, but classic Metal Sonic. And we got classic Trip as well. Now, this one actually I got this past weekend down at Smith's in Farnborough, of all places. I actually also went to Farnborough CEX and didn't buy a goddamn thing because there was nothing there I wanted. Um, Hang on a minute here. I fucking bullshit. Whilst I was away, it was in Godalming. They had Metal Sonic in Sainsbury's in Godalming, so I bought him, and I wasn't sure if I had him. Turns out I fucking do. Well, it's a Christmas present for someone. Uh, One that I was waiting for ages to get, and I think I got this one in again. This was in Smith's in Cheltenham. Was Jet. He's got. I think this is like a re-released one. I think I don't know, but I was after him for a long, long time. And they were going for a fair amount of money on eBay, but no, that was like he was like a tenner, I think. And then the one I was after, probably there's one other one, Methyls, but this one was one I was after. Farnborough was one of very few Smith stores in the UK that actually had them. They were five, so I bought one. So that's the Werehog Special Edition from what game? That's right, Sonic Unleashed. Yeah, Sonic Unleashed. Hang on a minute, cat. Can you go out there? Off you go then. Right, we are down to the final pile. So we are now 46, almost 47 minutes in, and we're still going. Right, back in Godalming, not video game related, but music related. There's a shop that's been there since the 60s, I believe, called Record Corner. Those of you that lived in Godalming or have been to Godalming would probably know about this shop. It was sadly announced, I think about 2 months ago, that it was, or 3 months ago, that it was going to be closing down for good, which was a real loss because they sell vinyl and CDs. Been there since I can fucking remember, and way before I ever moved into Godalming back in the early 90s. So when I went to Godalming this past weekend, it was like I saw a sign on the Friday. I was like, "Fuck me, it's still open. That can't be right. Maybe they're just still selling crap off before they finally shut down." So I went on the Saturday. Turns out they're not shutting down, which is great news for music lovers, specifically vinyl lovers. But I obviously don't have vinyl, so I just bought two CDs. Just want to help out a local business. You can probably get these for a lot cheaper on Amazon, etc. But I just thought put a couple of quid into a local business. So I got Phil Collins hits and I got Alison Moyet's singles. I paid £3.50 each. I was helping out a local business. He did try and sell. Well, I was going to have a Scissor Sisters album, their first one, but he did open up in front of me. Oh, there's no disc in it, and I was like, well, thanks for checking that. I probably would have walked off without checking it. Um, and then that leaves me just with some 360 stuff, which I got from where did I go now? I went to Guildford CEX, Aldershot CEX, and Camberley. But these aren't from Camberley's. These are from Guildford and from Aldershot. Yeah, because I didn't do Woking this time around or Bracknell, but I did. Yeah, Guildford, Farnborough, which I didn't buy anything from. Camberley and Aldershot. So the first one was another one because I am going for a full Connect set. Sports Island Freedom. That was from Guildford CEX. And I said we'd get to it towards the end of the video. Collectibles now with bears. Thankfully, fucking Aldershot came to the rescue, and I got the disc. And this is what I mean. It does say with bears on it. It's quite obvious, and a panda on the front. And that disc is in good condition. As I say, the reason for that is because the with bears version has got the built-in DLC, which otherwise you can't get that anymore, which is annoying for some people that are completionists. But it does have that on there. So yeah, so I was pleased to have that now. This was from Guildford CEX, Winter Sports The Next Challenge 2009. A very early 360 game. Then we've got Connect Nat Geo TV America in the Wild. There's two discs. I don't think this works anymore. I don't know. I know that you can get all this, like it says in here. Your purchase comes with a 1 year season pass that includes access to all this stuff, and you have to basically get the Nat Geo app, and then from there download stuff. I believe that's all shut down now, but it was 50p. I don't have it, and I needed this to help towards my full Connect game collection. Let's Dance with Mel B. This was from All This Shot, All This Shit, and then finally, which I couldn't fucking for the life of me, fucking this is not available where around the areas I live. So I had to get it, and it was purely again because I wanted all to have every single FIFA game on the Xbox 360, and this was one that was eluding me. I think it was the last one. Oh, FIFA 19, but I'm not paying 50 quid for that fucking thing. So until I find that at a very reasonable price, that will be the only one that will be eluding me. But this was basically the price of 19. This is the last one I needed. So I think we're there. You can see quite clearly there. I have been playing Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection. It's excellent. A few things that are a bit questionable, like why they didn't put certain versions of games in it, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, there is one more. I put it down there by accident. This came from Cabelas CEX, and I forgot how fucking good it was. And I was not into buying any more Mega Drive games because I just use an EverDrive now. I've got like 150 Mega Drive games, but I saw this and I had to get it, and that was Techno Clash, which I'm going to do some gameplay on that because it just reminds me. I've got no history with it. I just remember it being out and friends talking about it. But looking at some gameplay footage, it looks a little bit like Chaos Engine. Obviously that came later on. But this is also a game that when Electronic Arts were actually good and were doing good stuff, not like now. So yeah, so that's definitely it. That's definitely the last one. So yeah, and then it's like digital wise, I do buy some digital stuff. I think there's a few shmups I've bought recently. I can't really for the life of me remember because it's just a case of, oh well, that's on offer, I'll get that. Nothing that's going to set the world on fire, I don't believe. So yeah, so wow, 52 minutes in now, almost 53. Let's cap it off at 53 or thereabouts. So that's everything there. And yeah, I mean, there is a lot of other stuff, okay, but I can't go for all of that. It's just I'll be here for hours. I'll literally be here for hours. But this is stuff that was at hand that I could pick up and show. So you know, I guess I've answered my own question really about why people want to watch people pick up videos, because they might see something new and they like to see what other people are collecting, and maybe you'll get that from this. But I'm not going to change what I do. You know, I do this as a hobby. I have no. It's not like I'm trying to be serious with anything. It's just fucking little old me, Mister Don't Give a Fuck. I just fucking do whatever as a bit of a laugh. There's no vanity project there. It's just me. Here's some stuff. Like it or take it or leave it. With an occasional weirdly fucking putting shorts up. Look, we've gone over 53 now. Like shorts up of a little fucking video of that. Like with doing a beep sound. I get like 3,000 views. What? Don't worry, this channel is not going to be changing into a channel with shorts of fucking phones all the time. But hey, it's impressive. It's impressive. You know, obviously that just goes to show the attention span of most people these days. You know, like people go on TikTok and fucking Wankstagram, whatever. As you all know, I don't have social media other than YouTube. Is it even classed as social media? I don't know, but I don't have social media. I don't have YouTube. Sorry, I have YouTube and that's it. I mean, yes, I have an account on Reddit, but that's more just a view as opposed to post. So, but trust me, life is much more simpler without having all those other those other social media accounts. Because at the end of the day, if you have all those other social media accounts, you're in this for one thing and one thing only: notoriety. Yes, you are, and it's all to do with vanity, and that's fine. That's what people want to do. I'm off on one again. I'm going to shut up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, I'm going to go off now. Maybe I can start fucking doing something about this shmup video, but I don't know. We'll just carry on regardless and see where we end up. So yeah, big shout out to all those people that I've mentioned so far. Josh, the guy that sold me the Guitar Hero 3 Legend of Brock and the Cabelas, whatever it is with the gun thing. It's my man Smallz for the Sega Saturn stuff. Mr. Tooty UK Stew for the deal on the Super Swift game. Obviously, all the sellers that I bought stuff off. I know Hidden Chest was one. And the guy, I don't know what was the other one, and the guy that sold me the sign from the Black Country Gaming Fair. I don't want to say out to the CEXs because they're not doing you any favours, so I'll leave that. Shout out to Phatman. Shout to Game Zone Burberroom James, also James Retro Import Gamer or Import Retro Gamer. I forget which way around it is, even though I didn't see him. But thanks again for mentioning him because of that fucking game that I'm now sitting on that I can't do anything with other than sell that I don't want to sell. Shoot me. So, and obviously to the boys over at Mega CD Appreciation Society, John Bunday, Retro Martin, Sean Pompey Games Room. I'm going to put all these fucking links in the fucking description below. And obviously anyone else that I haven't mentioned. And finally, obviously, I don't think he'll see this, but he might do. Bolton, Jay, Norris down there in Godalming, the Sun, who I saw the other day. And obviously, big Dunk himself, Duncan Gray, the manager of the Sun in Godalming. 76 years young. Still fucking running the pub that I used to frequent all those years ago. Great to see him. Had a fantastic fucking doing the monkey business on a Sunday night. It was just, I was planning on only having a pint and then staying there a lot later. Good to see a few old familiar faces and anyone that I did see over the weekend that I haven't mentioned. So yeah, I've gone on way too much now. So yeah, we're pretty much 57 minutes in. Thanks for watching. Leave any comments you have below. I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye bye.